The Burmese migrant population in Thailand are facing significant hardship. They cannot own their own land. They have no permanent home, no right to find work, no access to healthcare, no government representation, and no education. The majority support themselves through usually illegal, unskilled work, worrying that they may be sent back to Myanmar, a place where ethnic conflict led to mass displacement. This is where Hands in Mission steps in.
Basically, Hands in Missions is one of the few organisations representing these people. It operates a mobile medical clinic, bringing aid to these people who have very little.
This video will hopefully give you a clear insight into how Hands in Missions operates and why we need your support.
Hands in Missions was set up to perform a very simple service. Not to bring the people to the doctors, but to bring the doctors to the people. The way it works is very simple.
At first, a patient will see a registration assistant and give basic details as well as try to describe their condition. The nurse might then send them to a doctor to perform an examination and write a script. A patient may be sent to the dentist for an oral health exam, including cleaning or an extraction of a decaying tooth. They might also be sent to an optometrist to try on some glasses. Finally, they could be sent to a physiotherapist who will offer some basic advice and exercises. If the patient has been given a script, they'll then proceed to the pharmacy and will be clearly advised on their medicine and dosage requirements. This is generally the way which will run the clinic to get the most people through.
Standing in the typical clinic, you might look over to the doctor area and see a doctor performing an examination. Perhaps you'll look over to the dentistry section and see a dentist pulling out a tooth. You might look over to the children's area and watch the children playing with some assistants while they wait for their turn to see the doctor. In the corner, you might see a dentist explaining to some people how to brush teeth properly. We place a lot of emphasis on education as well. Some of these people have never been taught why they should use clean water or how to brush their teeth properly. A lot of illnesses can be prevented just through this basic education. You might look over to the pharmacy area and see a pharmacist explaining to a patient how to take their medication. Finally, you might look over and see the prayer ministry. The prayer ministry is the real heart of the clinic, the gateway where people are brought into the kingdom. The offer is there for anyone who wants to hear. It's really good to see a team of medical professionals as well as loads of other volunteers all chipping in to give some help to these really disadvantaged people.
As of 2013, we've run 172 clinics and seen over 22,000 patients come through the clinic doors. For each trip, we need about 10 medical professionals, as well as a support staff of about 20 people. That's not including our contact base on the ground who chip in and help out everywhere as well. As well as this, Hands in Missions covers the cost of all pharmaceuticals, logistics, and the operational costs of running the clinic. Any overseas volunteers who come and assist pay for their own land costs, but even still, there is a significant operational cost that Hands in Missions has to pay.
At this point in time, we're paying about $10 for each patient that passes through the clinic. As we rely on almost exclusively on private donations, it'd be really great if people would consider giving to this work.
The only difference between them and us is where we were born. We give them more than medical help. We give them hope.
It continues to amaze me how the clinics have made such a difference to the lives of thousands of people, and how such a small amount can go a very, very long way.